Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. And as you can tell by the title, today we're doing a back to basics. What is an overlay? So you might hear people mentioning how, oh, I'm just getting an overlay, or oh, it's just an overlay when you ask about their nail extensions. So what is it? So basically, the short of it is an overlay is a generic term for when you apply some kind of product over your natural nails, typically to provide structural integrity, maybe even a little bit of lengthening, but without the use of some kind of pre-made extension. So like you wouldn't use a tip and then put product on top of it and then call it an overlay. However, if you start out like that and you just keep doing fills until the tip is gone and all you have left is the building product, that technically is an overlay, but that's not generally what people talk about or are talking about when they say overlay. And they also don't typically mean just like a paint job. So if you just paint your nails with some nail polish, that's generally not what they're referring to either. Now, sometimes you may hear the term gel overlay. That might be just gel paint, but typically it is in regards to something with structure. We today are going to do a gel overlay, but it's not paint. So we're gonna do a hard gel overlay. This is from Saviland. In fact, I recently did a whole kit review with this. This is their nude shade one. I have naked nails. Nothing is on here. This one has recently suffered some damage. It's got a crack here and a crack here because the extension I had got pushed down, and so when it lifted in the back, it didn't come loose in the front, and so it cracked me. So we need something to provide some additional strength. So hard gel is what we're going to use. The benefits of doing a hard gel overlay is structural integrity, but also it gives you a layer of something so that whenever you're taking off whatever you put on top of it, when you get down to that hard gel, you know it's time to stop. You don't have to ever completely remove your product. So let's say you put on your hard gel, you change your paint a million times, your nails grow, you fill in your hard gel as needed. You never have to take it off. It can always be there to provide you that structure and that security that you're not going to go too deep and hit your natural nail. So that's kind of the plan here. Now, it doesn't guarantee that it will stay on always. If it comes off, you can always put another one. But we are going to do our best to do a really good application so that it stays, because I am going to put extensions on top of it and I want to be able to remove my extensions without removing the hard gel. One thing I've noticed, I know there's a lot of talking, hard gel in a pot like this is not acetone soluble, but builder in a bottle is not hard gel. It's soft, and so it is acetone soluble. So while it may be easier to use, it's not going to stay the same. There are hard gels in a bottle here and there. I've got a couple, but I feel like even though they're labeled hard gel, they're not. I think they're still soft gels. So we're going to use this one in a pot. Let me show it to you. So here's the color. Again, it's called Nude. I feel like it's kind of pinky, peachy. It is a very acceptable, fleshy shade in my opinion. It did come with a clear and a pink. The pink is much more pink, and the clear is clear, but I don't typically love working with clear builder products because you can't see them. They're invisible, and so it kind of defeats the purpose. So we're going to use this one. Now I'm on the fence about which brush I want to use. Typically I would use this one, and I may, but it's very wide and some of my nails aren't. So I was thinking maybe switching to this one, which has a spatula on this end. Not that I need it for this situation, but It could be better for getting a more precise application. It does need a haircut though. This is the first time I've opened it. It's got a wild one, but I can cut that off. There we go. So that one, I would definitely be able to get it in there more specifically. And so I think I might actually go for this one, at least to give it a try. So let me set this out of the way for now. We are going to use this dehydrator and this primer. I think everything that we're going to use today is going to be Saviland. And if I remember, I'll put all the links. They obviously don't match. I do have the one that goes with this one, but I don't have one that goes with this one for some reason. I don't know why they didn't come together. So I'm like, let me just grab the other one that I have. So we'll use these. Let's dehydrate first. It is an important step. If you don't have a dehydrator specifically, you can use acetone. But you do want to make sure that your nails are nice and dehydrated so that it does get any of the oils out of there. You're not going to see me do nail prep and buff and stuff in this video because I've already done it. When I took off the other nails that were on there, these guys got their fair share. So we're just going to get started on application, since that's really the point of this video anyway. So as you can see, it gets dry. You can see that the shine is going away. This one's still a little bit wet. We're waiting for it to finish up. But yeah, you're going for that dry, chalky look. This one's still wet. So if it looks like that, you know it's not ready. You want it to get like this. Now for the primer, a lot of people say that you should do a thin coat, but I disagree. I find that the more generously you use it, the better it works. And you want to do a bit of a scrubbing technique so that you're working it into the plates and crevices that you have in your nail so that that bond is everywhere it could possibly be and it's strong. So I take my brush and I do like a little bit of a back and forth. That way I can get it scrubbed in there really well. And then I also dip and wipe my brush off between each nail. That way I have a fresh amount and I'm not trying to go in with too little. Just try not to get it everywhere. You really only need to concentrate this on your nail. That guy's dry now. Now, you don't have to put primer on top of other products. So like if you have gel already still there, like I have some old acrylic here, you don't have to, but it doesn't hurt if you do. So I'm not gonna go out of my way to avoid it. Since I'm already rubbing it on here, it's not like I'm saving product by avoiding that spot. So I've got this foundation gel, also known as base coat. And I find that you're gonna wanna do like the thinnest possible coat with your base. If you have to decant it and use another brush to put it on, do that. But you want to just make this as nearly non-existent as you possibly can. Turn that light down some. It seemed like it was really bright and hard to look at. Actually, I'll zoom this in for you. We're going to start in the middle because that's where we want it. We don't want this to be thick everywhere, and then work our way back and to the sides. It does not have to go completely down, so it's okay if you leave a little perimeter. You just want to make sure that you're not putting too much. Just a nice thin coat. And make sure you're wiping your excess off. You put some on the nail and then wipe the rest off your brush and then come back and spread what you've put here out. No need to make it extra thick, especially around the edges. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cure these for 60 seconds. Okay, so now we're out of the lamp. Here's what we have. Now, I like to go in with a lint-free wipe and some alcohol and wipe off the sticky. You don't have to do this, but for me, I feel like when you don't, you have to make more swipes with the product you're putting on top of it to try and swipe it until that sticky is not there, creating an obstruction, because you can see it. When you're rubbing your new product across it, it's not super friendly about it. But if you get rid of it ahead of time, then you've got a clean surface to go ahead and start applying. So let's bring this back over here. I'm gonna have to sit it slightly out of your view, unfortunately, or you're not gonna be able to see. I'll zoom this back in to the super macro zoom. And here's our little brush. I'm gonna dip it in there a little bit. So this is how much I got. This is what we'll start with. It is quite a bit for the size of this nail, but as you can see, it's a pretty thick product. So let's put that on here. I'm not gonna start all the way in the back, but I'm gonna put it on there and I'm gonna pull it forward and then go down the side and pull it forward and then down the side and pull it forward. We're gonna keep a little bit of a perimeter as best as possible, working our way down the sides and closer to the back. We do not want to make this thick. You can add more than one coat if you need to. Alright, so let's have a look at it. For me, if you've actually seen a recent video I was talking about it, I struggle with this back edge because like the product likes to pile up there as you lift your brush and put it back there to pull it forward. It just like loves to get thick, which is obnoxious. But this is not terrible, I don't think. It does have a little bit of a bulbousness, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wipe off my brush and then I'm gonna come and I'm gonna go like sideways across this back and pull it down the side. And then I'm gonna wipe that off. And then I'm gonna do it this way as well so we can get that extra. And then I'll redistribute this right here. Now it is very thick, which I was out of camera. So yeah, I wiped down the side and then I wiped down the side going across the top to pull it forward. This product is very thick, but it's because it's cold in here. The warmer your environment is, the thinner this will be and it'll spread out. So just be mindful. If it's a little bit thick, that's okay. It's just cold. You can either heat it up or wait. If you give it a minute and let it warm up to your body temperature, it'll help it settle. So like you might have some lines for a minute, but give it some time and it'll start to come around and then we can check. And yeah, that back is looking a lot smoother. And again, we can always put more than one coat. I am gonna flash cure these between nails so that it's not just sitting there and spreading and spreading and spreading. So I think that one has settled enough. I am just gonna make sure that I don't have any gel that may have slid into these crevices that I'm gonna have to clean out after. And then let's just give it a little 10 seconds. As you can see, there's a timer on this one. This is also from Saviland. All right, on to the next one. Just gonna tap my hard gel, let it pick some up. Gotta twist the brush so the strings will come undone. So here's what we've got on here. We're probably not gonna use all that, but that's okay because we can always pull the excess off. So let's get that on there and work our way down the sides, getting close to the edge. And work our way towards the back. I'm gonna wipe off my excess. Then let's come back. Okay, and then I'm gonna give that a moment to settle. That you can see in the light lines, it's kind of like blah, 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 blah. Let's look at the thickness in the back. It's not too bad, I'd say. Did all right. You can always buff these after if it's not as smooth of a finish as you'd like. Let me flash cure that one. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and do these others in speed mode since we've talked about it already. All right, so I'm gonna cure these for 60. I'll cure these for 60 seconds and then we'll come back and check, but we may be doing a second layer. We'll see. Okay, So let's take this tool and let's just start here because it's here. You can hear it, but when I push down, I feel like it could be a little bit stronger. So let's go in and just quickly do another layer. This one we're not gonna try and get as close to the edges because we don't need it more at the edges. We'll just mostly concentrate it more towards the center. And I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cure these as well, and then we'll get them all buffed up and smoothed. Well, it appears I forgot to hit the record button, so basically all I did was just come in and show you after buffing, and then quickly we've applied a top coat. That's basically it. This is what it looks like with the little bit of hard gel and the top coat, but I'm about to stick it in the lamp, so I'll be right back. Okay, so these are smooth, they are finished. You can either go in from here and put something on top, be it an extension or a decoration or whatever you want, or you can just leave it as is. If you're just wanting to protect your natural nails, let them grow, this is a great way to do it, and it keeps its natural looking appearance. Now the amount of gel we put on here is strong enough to give an added layer of protection just to our natural nails. It is not enough to build an extension out of. Like if you wanted to do a hard gel extension, you're gonna have to use a whole lot more hard gel. This is just an overlay. So now you know what an overlay is and what an overlay is useful for. I hope you did find this video not only informational, but entertaining. It was short, it was sweet. Typically these back to basics are relatively short because it's the basics. It shouldn't be hard and it shouldn't take too long. Now I have this hand that I still have to do, so I'm gonna do this guy after we wrap this one up here though. But thank you so much for watching my video, and thank you for being subscribed. If you are subscribed, definitely make sure that you are so you're not missing my content when it posts. If you're interested in joining the memberships, there are some exclusive perks. Definitely do check those out and see if any of those levels are calling your name. Definitely hit the like button if you did like this video. The algorithm thanks you, and so do I. I'll put whatever links for the products that I used in the description, assuming I don't forget to do so, because this isn't exactly a brand focused video. This is more of a informational video, but I'll put it down there in case you want to use these products. I personally love saviland products. People have their opinions, but I'm a big fan. I use a lot of them. And make sure you're following my socials. I post things over there that sometimes don't make it over here. Thank you again. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.